At the midway point of the NHL season, we fix our focus on Toronto. Tonight, the Maple Leafs will host the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. I was pausing for a cat noise there.
Not yet. It's a little early.
Come on.
I'm not on my game yet.
You're not on your game at
early.
all. Panthers on their game. Yeah, they lost the Winter Classic. Did beat the Avalanche, though. There you go. He's back.
I'm ready.
Below them in the East, John Tavares and the Leafs. Offense, though, starting to click. Great news, Auston Matthews starting to show flashes of the superstar who twice put up 60 goals in the season. Gretz, was that the exact same outfit you walked in all the time with?
In the 90s.
I was in the 90s. Say, Hank, I know you'd wear suits, but Anson, was you going like that?
Not like that. Maybe, actually, that's not true. Maybe back in the 90s, that's the baggy pant
90s,
look.
yeah.
Yes, maybe then.
That look like
Bell
a
bottoms
bus
are back.
driver jeans.
No.
You need to be comfortable for 10 hours driving the bus.
Keep snacks in your pockets.
Bell bottoms are back.
Not for Hank, they're
The
not.
greatest fashion show in sports TV is back, my friends. NHL on TNT, opening faceoff powered by Verizon. McHugh, Anson Carter, Henrik Lundqvist, Wayne Gretzky. It's great to be here. We got an excellent game coming up, but we have to start by congratulating Henrik Lundqvist. Take a look.
Really?
Forshaw goes to the bench. On comes Chihas. Time winding down. Bjork lays that down. The defender Kubi has a slip. Here's Stenberg. Scores! Ivar Stenberg restores some Swedish sanity. Sweden, the world junior champions, and the goal goes to the team in goal.
World Junior Champions, my friend. Feel good?
Yes!
First World Juniors, then Olympics?
Why not? Why not?
Hey,
It's
easy.
20 years since the last Swedish Olympic gold. It's time, and it's in Italy. I mean, the stars aligned for that. But what a tournament by the Swedish junior team. A lot of exciting players. We were talking about Ivar Stenberg before we went live here, and there's a pretty big chance that he could go first overall, in my opinion. Talking to people back home in Sweden when I was there recently, and you know, they can't say enough good things about him. What he's doing right now in the Swedish Elite League at that age, good things are coming for that kid.
When I watch him play, Hank, we're talking, reminds me of Adrian Kempe. How smooth, great skater, and even Frondell, too. When you think of the Chicago Blackhawks, Frondell's their first-round pick they had, went back to play in the SHL. He looks like a little baby Barkov. Looks great.
We had scoured the internet. We were hoping to find one of those players painted gold, like Hank did. We haven't seen it yet.
You haven't found it yet?
That's only for the Swedish. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That's the tradition for the Swedish Elite League, different sports, not the national team. But we'll get there.
Looks a little cold there, Hank.
All right. Oh, come on.
All right, we'll move on.
How many
For your
times
benefit.
can we use that photo?
Not enough, my friend.
enough.
Not enough. I want to direct your attention to this because the parody party continues in the Eastern Conference right now. If you go back and you look at how tight these standings are at the midway point of the season, the last time they were this tight top to bottom and certainly bottom to the playoffs at this point in the season, 88-89. Everyone is in the mix. That includes Florida, even though they're on the outside right now as we go on the ice presented by Verizon. Paul Maurice says a big part of the story is injuries, overcoming them. The other part of the guys who've been healthy, Brad Marchand's 37. I don't think we thought he'd be doing this at 37. 23 goals.
I think he's been spectacular for their hockey club since the trade. And, you know, it's tough when you get traded from an organization you've been with your whole career to go down, and especially to an opponent that you don't like because there's such a rivalry there. But he's fit in like a glove. He's motivated that team. He's an energy guy, but he's got great skill. And you look at the Eastern Conference, the worst team in the Eastern Conference is 18-16. Everyone's over 500. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. There's so much parity in the league. And, you know, we were talking about this the other day. Usually by American Thanksgiving, we could kind of get a feel for the league, right? Who is going to be successful, who is going to struggle. I think it's going to be Easter before we know what's going on in the league, which is great for the National Hockey League.
I think at this point, it's not so much to reach your full potential. It's about finding consistency.
Right.
You can't allow your team to lose too many games in a row because it's too tight. There's too many teams involved. Obviously, going down the stretch, yes, you want to become as good as possible, but it's more about finding that consistency to stay in the race. And we've seen lately, too, that there's injuries left and right that's going to have an effect on a lot of the teams. So who's going to step up at the right time for these different teams to make sure they stay in the race? But it's going to be amazing come March.
Yeah, and, we don't talk much about it, but the schedule is so condensed because of the Olympic Games. And thinking about it today, you look at next year, we're going to 84 games. There's not a lot of time to heal. And these guys are big, they're physical, and they play hard. And injuries are going to become a factor, not only for the season, but heading into the Olympics, too. I'm not sure if every team's going to be stabilized going into the Olympics.
Yeah, I want to see what players or what teams get impact. I think Florida has 8 players going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So depending on how your team does, you're either coming back on a high or you're coming back extremely disappointed, and you've got to get back on the horse and playing again. We saw Brad Marchand, and we talked about how great he's been so far this regular season. I think Anton Lundell's been unbelievable too.
Yeah.
I mean, he really filled in nicely for Sasha Barkov, being that two-way player down the middle. Last year in the postseason, that was probably their best line, I would say, for Florida. So having guys fill in throughout the whole lineup, I think that's one of the things that's really understated about this Florida.
And we're going to look at Lundell, but it's necessary for this team. I mean, don't you think because of what Lundell's done and because of the parity in the East, it sets up pretty well for Florida, doesn't it? I mean, if you can get healthy and just get in, is there really anyone that scares you that much in the East?
There isn't, and I'm looking at the standings there. At least I did a couple of days ago, and I was looking at Tampa Bay at the top. Detroit's there now. And imagine that first-round series if Florida sneaks in and Tampa Bay is the first seed. You don't want to play the Florida Panthers match. There's no way in that first round you're going to play.
I couldn't imagine having that series. And you're talking about some of the players in Florida. Now we're going to see other guys step. Seth Jones being out. They've had a lot of injuries, but guys like Verhaeghe, I think, has been really good for them. They got to get in, and it might be a blessing for them that Tkachuk got a nice break, and Barkov's going to have a nice break. And when they come back, they're going to be ready to go, and they're going to be fresh. Now, it's difficult to go to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 years in a row, and they've done it. They've played a lot of hockey, and now we've got the Olympics in between all that, and they got 8 guys going. So obviously they're probably disappointed for Bennett that he didn't make the team. And the other side of it, they're going, you know what? He needs the 2 weeks off. This is going to be a good break for our hockey club.
Was there a year after coming off the finals, Gretz, that your team was ever banged up when you were in Edmonton?
It's amazing because we never had major injuries. And we used to travel commercial back then, and we practiced every day, and there was very little stretching. Now the guys stretch all day long.
And play soccer.
But very few guys would stretch. It wasn't part of the game, right? And we never had key injuries. Like Mess would play all the time, and Curry didn't miss, and Coffey didn't miss. Anderson played. We never had a guy go down for 6, 8, 10 weeks. That just didn't happen.
It's the problem with the modern game. Stats, stretching, always soccer. Sam Bennett, you got to figure, is going to be a player with a chip on his shoulder going forward if he doesn't make that Olympic team. That could help this Florida team as well as the rest. On the other side, we know Auston Matthews is going to the Olympics. He'll be the captain there. He's the captain of the Leafs, and now he is the Maple Leafs, this historic team's all-time leading goal scorer. The other night, Matthews passing Matt Sundin with number 421.
For Toronto's first pick, Auston Matthews. They got the best player in the draft, and this gives them a new beginning in Toronto.
Trying to get untangled, puck rolls around. Matthews scores his first NHL goal.
Matthews shoots, scores! That's his 100th, ahead by a century. Entering pass, scores! What a shot! Looking for Matthews and scores! Holy, back it up! He is the leading scorer in Toronto Maple Leaf history.
It's strange to talk about a player's legacy when they're 28 years old and a franchise has been around for as long as the Leafs franchise has been around. Are we looking at the greatest Maple Leaf ever?
Ooh.
I think that's too early. Too early to name. There's been so many great players playing for that organization. But that being said, he's one of the most talented players, in the way he can carry the puck, the way he can shoot the puck. I played against him for many years, and just the way he can carry the top of the blade and then release it so quickly. To me, that's kind of part of the new generation of players. You know, it used to be heavy slap shots, heavy wrist shots, but now they carry the puck top of the blade, and that wrister is just lethal. It's so accurate. It's so hard. And there's certain players as a goalie, you know, okay, I got this guy one-on-one. But then there's certain players, when you face them, it's like, I'm not sure I got this guy. And he's up there just because the way he can release the puck, and he reads you really well. Smart player, but too early to say best leave.
I was going to jump in. I'm going to let Gretz take this one.
Well, he's going to be a great player. Obviously, in time, maybe we'll go down as the greatest Leaf ever. But I look at guys like Dave Keon and Lanny McDonald and Darryl Sittler. I mean, these guys are definitely Hall of Famers, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So let's give him a few more years before we throw a crown at him.
That's fine. How much? Let's change the subject then with Auston Matthews and say next month or two. So getting his team in playoff position, and then the Olympics. How much is really on the line? How much pressure on Matthews?
Well, listen, first of all, playing in Toronto is a pressure cooker to begin with. So he's under the microscope every game, every day. But going to the Olympics, the Americans are one of the top seeds. They're a very good hockey club, and I believe he's the captain of the American team. So obviously there's a little bit extra pressure. And then the hockey club itself, they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. They're looking at, the fans are looking at him as their Moses. And, you know, let's see what happens. But if they don't make the playoffs, or if they don't get past the first round, you know, it's Toronto. It's like the old New York Yankees in the 80s. Something could happen.
What was that great philosopher Spider-Man that said, with great power comes great responsibility?
Well, that was technically Spider-Man's uncle. Who said that.
Okay. I want the facts get in the way of a good story. But my point being, that Auston Matthews has to be the guy. He's played very well as of late, and we all know that he can put this team on his back. He's been wildly inconsistent this regular season, but he still has 20 goals.
I know.
It's pretty damn good. But as Auston Matthews goes, Liam, the Leafs go. He can't have a couple nights off. He has to be the guy, Gretz, that really pulls all of his teammates along. There's no more Mitch Marner, so there's no other whipping boy out there. And it's not Nylander. You've got the man wearing the C on his jersey. He's quite capable of doing it. The Leafs need him to be superpower Spider-Man Auston Matthews. If he's not, then they got a problem. And Max Domi has to figure out, like, who he's going to be. Is he be energy line Max Domi, or is he going to be a guy that can make plays and come up big under pressure?
But it's been
consistently.
It's been a good fit here with Max Domi and McMahon and Matthews. And you're talking about Matthews heating up. It's really the right time for him to do so, because they have a lot of games coming up leading up to the Olympic break. And I think this is going to be such an important part of the season for so many teams. Liam, we talked about it before we came on air here. Like that's a moment where you sit down as a team and think about where we're at. Well, what decisions do we need to make here? Because you don't have much time after the break to make decisions moving forward. So
11 days between the end of that break, the end of the Olympic break, and the trade deadline.
Exactly. So the fact that he's heating up right now, I mean, that's good news for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And this is a team that's had a hard time maintaining leads too. Like they can score goals, they have a hard time maintaining leads now. Carlo, I believe, is back on the lineup tonight. McCabe is out, and I think Tanev's out. So that makes it extra difficult for the Maple Leafs to get a lead and maintain a lead, because those are their top three defensemen that are responsible for shutting down the other team's, offensive plays.
And we don't know how long with Tanev. There have been some reports that surgery could be an option, and that could put him out for a very long time. I guess the good news is, I mean, defensively they have not been a good team, but goaltending has improved greatly over the almost last month and a half.
Yeah, Woll came back mid-November after personal leave, and he's been good. He's been consistent, and that's what they need. Stolarz, before he went out, was a little up and down start of the year, and now Woll comes in and been playing pretty good. So obviously, the importance of having a good goaltending is everything in this league, and he's providing that right now. But you talked about the guys missing on D. I don't know. I think that's going to be a major issue for this team. There's some good players missing on the back end right now that plays a lot of minutes normally. We always talk about the fact that you have a great opportunity as players to step up and play more minutes, but we'll see if they can do that.
Well, we were just talking about him. Let's bring him on right now. Auston Matthews joins us Auston, congratulations on becoming the Maple Leafs all-time leading goal scorer. That moment, what does it mean to you? And I know it's middle of the season, it's tough to reflect, but you've been there a while, this was coming. What does it mean to you to have that?
It means a lot. Obviously, I take a lot of pride in wearing this sweater every night, and it means a lot. A lot of great players have come before us and worn this jersey and kind of paved the way for us. So it's special to do it here, and obviously, just the moment with teammates afterward is extremely special. So definitely a cool moment that I'll remember for a long time.
Auston, Hank here. I'm just curious, obviously a month away from the Olympics. How much do you think about it, off days, maybe not so much on game days, but it's going to be an incredible tournament. What's your thoughts about it leading up to it?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I think it's kind of in the back of your mind. Obviously, we still got 5-6 weeks before that, but a lot of hockey to be played. But, it's exciting. It's been a long time since NHL players have gone there, and, I haven't been fortunate enough to have that experience yet. And everybody you talk to, it's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Big Poppy, it's Ace. I've been watching you as of late. You've been on a bit of a heater. And I feel like when you're on your game, you're playing your best, you're carrying that puck to the neutral zone. Have you made a conscious effort to do that more and more in recent games, getting that puck a little bit going low and slow and making sure you get the puck on your stick to make plays?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we've done a good job of adjusting as a team, of trying to use the middle of the ice some more. And, for myself, trying to get that puck in that area and carry it and make plays and do stuff from there. So I definitely feel like it's been, really good these past couple of weeks. And, this is a big game for us tonight, so we need everybody on board.
Auston, thanks so much for your time. Congrats again on the record. Have a great game tonight.
Good luck.
Good
Thanks,
luck.
guys. Thank you.
He's always so calm and composed, which it serves you well in Toronto. To not be too high or too low. But you're right. He's someone whose place in history we can talk about perhaps down the line. Before we step aside, I do want to talk about, take time to remember another Maple Leaf, Bob Pulford, Hall of Famer, who was key cog in the Leafs' 4 Stanley Cup winning teams. He passed away, 89 years old. Gretz, this is someone you knew.
I knew him pretty well. He was a wonderful man. Wherever Mr. Wirtz was, Bob Pulford, they were best of friends. They were great for the National Hockey League. I learned how to take face-offs from Bob Pulford. He used to make these albums, and that's how we would listen to NHL players, and he would critique how to win face-offs. And I was 6 years old when I started listening to it. So I always had a soft spot for him, and I was at that time, I loved it because the Leafs were winning Stanley Cups, right? Just a wonderful man.
And these were albums?
They were albums. Like you put them on the cassette player.
Yeah, you listen to them, and that's how you learn.
Punch Imlach, Bob Pulford, George Armstrong. It was pretty amazing. Johnny Bauer. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty incredible. Bob Pulford, 89 years old, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Our condolences go out to his entire family, all his friends, all his loved ones.